Radio DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of INCRadio, Washington, D.C. We're coming to you live from the District of Washington, D.C. I'm your host for today, Lionel Ornado from Anne Arundel. But it's not just me today. We do have a special guest, too, for our topic. So if we can have our guests to say a quick hello and to introduce yourselves.
Hello, I'm Ignacio.
Hi, I'm Brother Arnie Ignacio. We're both officers of Northern Virginia. I am a head deacon and a CWS teacher.
And I am a deaconess.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much for joining us for today. And also thank you to our live chat. For our first challenge, I would like to have us drop a comment as to what is your favorite childhood memory. Because today we will be talking about harmony at home, where we're going to share plans for, or parents will share plans for their children or future children, including like parenting styles and even family dynamics. But before we get into our main discussion, we do have a bit of a announcements and icebreaker game coming up. So if we can get our three winners from the YouTube chat in the from last week's episode. We got three winners. Drum roll, please. If we can pull up those. We have Arlene Ocampo from the local of Temple Hills, Steph Magallanes from the local of Washington, D.C., and Marvin Sabas from the local of Anne Arundel. Congratulations for winning those winning some prizes. We will be reaching out to you via direct messaging. Now, join us for today in our discussion today, and maybe you'll be the next one to win the prize. Yes, you. I'm talking to you. All right. But before we continue, let's see what our live chat is talking about. So check out some of our early birds. We have Grace Galarpe saying good morning, everyone, from #Anne Arundel. We have Elisa Mojica saying happy Saturday, everyone. Christina sorry, I don't have my glasses. And I don't wear glasses. Christina Lazaro says, good morning, brethren. Happy Saturday, po. Greetings from #Bowie. So we have Nidal and Ibarra saying, good morning, everyone. I wonder who our guests are this morning. We just introduced them. We have Richard Soterio says, good morning, brethren. Happy weekend to all, po. We have Lay S saying, good morning, po, brethren, from #Bowie. We have Ace Tabang from Anne Arundel saying good morning. We have Cindy Santos saying good morning to all our viewers. Good morning to everyone. We have Joseph Soterio says good day po to all our brethren. Happy weekend po. We have Danilo Yumol saying good morning to all. #Bowie. We have Rolando Gonzalez saying good morning. Happy Saturday from Temple Hills. Michelle Santos from Washington, D.C. Amelia Salazar from Temple Hills. Marvin Sabas, congratulations on winning, by the way. We have says good morning, everyone. We have Nell Ignacio saying good morning. Michelle Santos, good morning. Amelia Salazar, good morning. Allison Mojica, good morning. Sheila Yu saying good morning from Temple Hills. We have and we already have people putting in some of their answers from Marvin says, there's so many awesome childhood memories, it's hard to choose a favorite. All right. So keep dropping those comments in the live chats and we'll try to read them out as the show goes on. So for our icebreaker for today, just to sort of loosen up, or I guess break the ice, we do have our emoji Pictionary game for today. So if you can get the first one up, please. So we got a girl emoji. We got a sunflower emoji. I'm gonna get these flowers wrong. Is that a daisy? I can't tell. And we have a pink flower emoji. What do we think? Uh do our guests have an idea as to what it could be?
Yes.
We do.
Yes.
What is our guess? What
Flower,
do the guests guess?
flower girl.
Flower girl. Oh yeah, I could see that. Let's see if the live chat has got it. It's our live chat's pretty smart. I'm really surprised as to what's oh, I already see it. Yes. Let's see what the answer is. Joseph Soterio might be right. Amelia Salazar, you might also be right. Can we see what the answer is in the next slide? This is a flower girl. It is a flower girl. Okay, we got applauses. Nice. All right, let's go check out the next one. It's a crown and a bee. Let's see. Now I think this one's a pretty easy. It's pretty straightforward. I would like to say, let's see if the live chat gets it though. I think I got it. Not just because I think I have the not just because I have the answers right in front of me. Let's give the live chat a bit of time to catch up. Someone says king bee, close. Oh, queen bee from brother Ace. Let's see what the let's see. Everyone's saying queen bee. Let's see what the answer is.
Jollibee.
Oh, I would like some Jollibee. Queen bee. All right. Good job, everyone. Let's see. Let's see, go to the next one. It's a baby emoji and an emoji with a fork, knife, and plate. Let's see. I think I know what this one is. I'm not looking at the answers. But it's baby plate, kid safe dishes. How complex are we going? I don't remember. Oh, I already see it in chat. Someone said it. Someone said it. All right, let's go see what the answer is. What someone said. Baby food. Yep, I already see it. Yeah, our chat's pretty quick. All right, let's see the next one. It's a tooth and a broom. Tooth broom? I'm not sure. Tooth and a tooth sweep? Dentist. Is this dentist? Let's see who can get it first in the live chat. Let's see. Do. Oh, I see it already. Let's go see what the answer is. Let's see if the chat is correct. Toothbrush. Oh, but that's a broom. It's all right. You can brush with a broom if you try really hard and carefully. All right, I think we do have one last one. It is a letter and a box and a package. Letter package? Mailman. Is this a mailman? Or let's see what else. I don't know what else it could be. Do we have a guest from the chats? How about from our guests?
Mailbox.
Is a mailbox? Ooh, that's a good guess. And I do see it already in the chat. Let's go see what the answer is. It is mailbox. Everyone is so smart. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of everyone. All right. So with that, we will be going to just the main topic of today, which is harmony at home. So we already did our introduction for the guest, so we can skip that. So we have our guests. If you can introduce, I guess, the family that you have. Like how many kids do you guys have?
Hi, good morning, everyone. We have three kids, and our kids are actually grown. So I guess we can't really call them kids, but we call them kiddos. They're 20, 22, and 23.
Oh, okay. So they're already, um, I guess, in their adult stage of life, going through past teenage years. So, can you tell us a little bit about them as they were growing up?
So they all have different things that they've pursued and they still continue to pursue. Our oldest is our daughter, and she's in musical theater, so she often performs and sings. Our second oldest, um, he's a basketball player. He played in college and in high school, and the youngest both likes to sing and play basketball.
Oh, so they sort of got traits from both of the other siblings.
He did.
That's
So
nice. Oh, that's cool. So, I guess with them getting those hobbies and interests, um, how did you how did you raise them up to try to pursue what they wanted to do? Like how would you describe like your parenting styles?
you want to go first?
I think really we just encouraged and supported their passions and their interests. We applauded their skills and their strengths. So whatever they really wanted to do or put their mind and hard work to, we supported. So it just happened that our eldest was into music and performance, and our second was more athletic and into sports, and the third took up both Ate and Kuya's interests. So we did a lot of that, just really putting in the hard work and and something that you were passionate about.
Yeah, we wanted them to demonstrate a discipline towards dedicating themselves to whatever it is they were pursuing, and we cultivated that and supported that. Um, so they took up many interests from musical instruments to other activities as well, um, letting them find their way, figuring out which ones they were really most into. So we were
Mhm.
open and flexible as far as all of their different pursuits.
Yeah, I think the encouragement from the parents really goes a long way. So with like helping them pursue what they wanted to their interests, what is something about parenting that turned out sort of different than what you expected?
Uh, I think I it was more, with parenting, you think, discipline, advise, teach, but it was more encouraging and being available and supporting. Um, I thought was more what they were looking for, what they needed as they continue to navigate through life. Of course, we're there to advise and discipline and make sure they do things correctly with good values, but also being available so that they were open to talk to us about any issues or achievements that they may have.
Mhm.
We thought that it would be more discipline on our side, but actually they exhibited a lot of discipline on their own. And so, what I thought would be a challenge to make them practice, train, or prepare, they would do on their own already. So that was the difference. It was a little bit. We were surprised um, of their commitment to what it is they were doing, and so we were very thankful for that because we thought it might be like pulling teeth to get them to do things, but instead they did it on their own.
I feel like just from our conversation now, it's really they sort of saw you too as an example of how to sort of live and how to sort of carry yourself with, like you mentioned, discipline.
We'd like to think so.
Yeah. So, you mentioned about making sure that you are available for your children to communicate with you. Um, can you give us sort of like an insight as to how you did that as parents?
Um, for each one of them, they have their own character and personality. So each of them, it's a different approach. One of them, could chat it up with us for an hour or two. We're ready for bed. They coming into our room and sitting at the edge of a bed and talking. And this is teenage years when midnight is already late for us. But we take it in and we become available and encourage and support and listen. As where the other one, you take the good days as they come, and they're the ones to approach us. And when they do, then we're there for them to listen. And then I think the third one is more a million questions before we can find out what's going on in his life, which is fine, just as long as we ask those questions.
Mhm.
Julie and I were both leaders in the youth organization within the church, and so um, we still remember the different changes that happen during the teenage years. Um, the attraction to a boy or a girl. Meanwhile, your body is changing. It's not really the best look for you, and so just having that awareness and being supportive and knowing that they're going through changes help keep the relationship solid and the communication lines open, because we were just a little bit more accommodating, um, because we remember how difficult it was at that age. So
Yeah, I totally agree. It's having this conversation just sort of brings me back to think about when I was younger. I don't have kids. I'm not married. I don't have a family yet. But one thing I do want to sort of bring with me when I do eventually start my own family is, sort of trying to remember how I was at their age or whatever age that they may be, and try to, have a bit of like empathy and try to understand. I do see a couple comments on our chat today one says from Amelia Salazar says, harmony at home is a bond characterized by deep affection, respect, loyalty, and healthy attachment. Nidal and Ibarra says very supportive parents brings out the best in their children. And oh, we even got a shout out from I'm gonna hopefully say this right. Aldrian Ginga says congratulations to brother Arnie and sister Julie. Your children took oath and had their very first performance in the choir today. Congratulations.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So with like how busy life is today, I did want to ask one thing I wanted to ask is how did you sort of spend quality time with the kids, especially because like our schedules during the weekday is busy, and then sometimes during our schedule during the weekends is also busy. So how do you like sort of find the balance?
It's certainly very busy with all the different activities that our kids have. Both Sister Julie and I work, of course, in our duties inside the church. So it's certainly very busy. But we do try to make mealtime a time for us, devices down, and time to just converse and talk. Um, the family hour, we have multiple family hours weekly whenever we find them. So it's though it might not be set, it happens on a regular basis, because sometimes I'll prepare an agenda of topics to discuss, things to keep them engaged and intrigued, whether it be a news story, something about social activities, or whatever it might be. I'll have a topic for us to discuss and facilitate it so that everyone contributes to the conversation and we really get to hear how they feel about it. But that's very common for our family to have these discussions. Again, devices down, and it's just a communal time for us to just to ensure that we connect, and they know that they have our unwavering support and kind of our views and positions on certain things that we see in life. We don't force them a position, but we do influence and encourage, especially positions that, of course, are in line with the church doctrines.
Mhm.
We get it in the service, but we also do it at home too.
Oh, that's good. It sort of reminds me of me with my parents is, one thing we always try to do is to have dinner together every night because, despite their busy schedules, like we got to try to find time to be able to spend time with each other and even connect and even talk about what's going on. And sometimes we would have, I remember one time we were watching a movie and we were discussing like, okay, well, what if it went this way? And then my mom would be like, no, it goes this way. Like, and I would be like, no, it goes this way. And my dad would have something else like, no, it goes this other way. So we would have like that,
Exactly.
like kind of like fun conversation of like, oh, the what if. And then to the point where we started bringing out like the whiteboard, like, no, we're just trying to like illustrate what's going, like our thought process. So yeah, I guess so sort of like to cap it all off, especially for since you have children that are already past the teenage years or already, I assume, um, going on to the next chapter of their life, is for the advice for either those who are going into a marriage or going into, looking to start their own family. What is one piece of advice that you would like to impart to them?
Okay. Well, it comes down to a good moral foundation, a good ethos. You know, we encourage our children to do what's right because it's right, not because of reward or punishment, but rather because it's the right thing to do, to have that as their ground and their North Star. So, of course, we're very faithful and committed um, to our duties and to our service. And that's, of course, a non negotiable at the top, our faith. But always doing the right thing, whether people are looking or not. Doesn't matter because you're going to do what's right because it's right. I hope that makes sense.
That made perfect sense.
And I think just for just parenting alone, just have fun. I mean, it's not always about discipline and correction and giving advice, but really enjoy the moment and being available, being supportive, encouraging, celebrating the achievements, letting them know that making a mistake is fine. You know, learn from it and move on. Just have a good time. Spend a lot of
Mhm.
quality family time, even going out for dinner, just whatever.
They just can't make mistakes in basketball. That's a non Can't be taking bad shots.
All right. Thank you all so much for joining us in our show today. It was very insightful, especially for that last piece of advice. Thank you all so much. Do you guys have any like quick shout outs? We got like 30 seconds.
I guess they're poor kids who are probably embarrassed by this show.
Of course, in Northern Virginia and the District of Washington, D.C.
All
Family,
right.
yeah.
And family too. I think my mom's watching. Hi, Mom.
All right. Thank you all so much for joining us in our conversation today. Now, unfortunately, that is all the time that we have in our show today. So, but you can catch us again next week on Saturday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. So, following us today will be INCRadio New Jersey. So, thank you all once again so much for watching. For their unstoppable support, we'd like to thank our INCRadio Washington, D.C. family for supporting our broadcast, especially to our INC radio station manager, Brother Wally Taray, our SEPSI president, Brother Angelo Manalo, and a very special greeting to our executive minister of the Iglesianicristo or Church of Christ, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo. So thank you again for tuning in. If you like the show, give it a like. If you don't want to miss any more of our content, do subscribe to INC Radio. And if you're interested in joining in INC Radio, do reach out to your local officers or even your minister. So what you can do is drop also comments right now saying what you took away from today's show. Thank you all once again for tuning into INT Radio Washington, D.C. Satellite Studio. Stay unstoppable. Bye.
Bye.
You know what, Rye?
What was it? Yeah.
Hello? Earth to Ryan!
I'm so sorry. What's up?
I noticed you've been on your phone a lot lately.
Yeah, I've been really busy.
And I noticed it's been a while since you've caught up with me over phone call.
You're right. I'm sorry. I've just been busy. Like I said, family, work, so many things, life. When do you want me to call you?
How about sometime this week?
Okay, sure. I've been a bad friend. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
How has life been? Maybe I should call you next week.
Yes, like we
Okay.
discussed.
Yes, you're right.
You know, I totally understand that life gets busy, but it's still important to catch up with your friends and make time for that.
I know. That's true. I will do it. Thank you so much for reminding me. I feel like I need to remind myself and others too. I haven't caught up with a lot of people in my life.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Thank you for the reminder.
You're welcome.
No matter how busy life gets, remember to communicate with your friends and family. You never know when they just need someone to talk to. This has been a reminder from INCRadio San Diego.
This is INCRadio, DZEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or iglesianicristo.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to New Jersey Satellite Studio, where we show you the flavor of life here in the District of New Jersey.